Have you ever longed to know God fully, to grasp the immensity of His nature and experience the depth of His love? This longing, planted deep within the human heart, finds its fulfillment in Jesus Christ. He is the radiant image of God, the perfect reflection of His glory. In Christ alone, the invisible God becomes visible, the unknowable becomes known, and the fullness of God dwells among us. The Apostle Paul, writing to the Colossians, unveils this magnificent truth. For in Christ all the fullness of the Godhead lives in bodily form. Colossians 2:9. This profound statement reveals the essence of Jesus, not just as a part of God but as the complete embodiment of the divine nature. This verse shatters any notion of a fragmented God or a deity divided into separate persons. It emphasizes the unity and wholeness of God, fully present in Jesus, making Him the ultimate revelation of God's character and essence. The fullness of God in all its majesty and splendor resides fully and completely in Jesus. Every attribute of God, His power, wisdom, and love, is found in Christ, making Him the perfect representation of the divine. Furthermore, 2 Corinthians 5:19 tells us, God was reconciling the world to Himself in Christ. This reconciliation is a profound act of love and grace, showing God's desire to restore the broken relationship with humanity. This reconciliation wasn't through a detached deity or a distant force. It was a personal and intimate act carried out through Jesus, who walked among us and experienced our struggles. It was through Jesus, God in the flesh, bridging the gap between humanity and divinity. He became the living bridge, connecting us back to the heart of God. He embodied God's love, grace, and forgiveness, demonstrating the heart of the Father to a world in desperate need. Through His life, death, and resurrection, Jesus showed us the true nature of God, inviting us into a relationship with Him. Jesus Himself declared, "Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father." John 14:10. This statement is not just a casual remark, but a profound declaration of His divine nature and unity with the Father. He didn't say, "Anyone who has seen me has caught a glimpse of the Father or has seen a part of the Father." Instead, He made it clear that seeing Him is equivalent to seeing the Father in all His fullness and glory. He emphatically stated that to see Him is to see the Father in His entirety. This means that every action, every word, and every miracle performed by Jesus is a direct reflection of God's heart and character. This truth has profound implications for our relationship with God. It reassures us that in knowing Jesus, we are not missing out on any aspect of God's nature. We don't need to search for hidden fragments of God or try to piece together a fragmented image of His nature. In Christ, we have the complete and perfect revelation of who God is. In Christ, we encounter the fullness of God in a tangible, personal way. This encounter transforms our understanding and deepens our relationship with Him. He is the perfect revelation of God's character, showing us the depth of His love, mercy, and grace. The ultimate expression of His love, demonstrating through His life and sacrifice the extent to which God will go to redeem and restore us. And the complete embodiment of His being. In Jesus, we see the invisible God made visible, the divine made human, and the eternal made present. One God, one revelation. The beauty of this truth is its simplicity, a simplicity that resonates deeply within the human soul. God, in His infinite wisdom and boundless love, chose to reveal Himself fully and finally in Jesus Christ, His only begotten Son. There's no need for complicated theological formulas or mystical interpretations to understand this profound truth. Jesus, in His life, death, and resurrection, unveiled the heart of God and made a way for us to experience the fullness of His love and grace, bridging the gap between humanity and the divine. This understanding dismantles any misconception of a God divided or a deity existing in separate persons, bringing clarity and unity to our faith. The truth is far more profound and intimate, touching the very core of our existence. God, in His fullness, chose to dwell among us in the person of Jesus Christ, revealing the depths of His love and the immensity of His grace, inviting us into a relationship that transforms our lives and gives us hope for eternity. The transforming power of revelation. Embracing this truth is not merely an intellectual exercise, it's a transformative experience. When we grasp the magnitude of Christ's fullness, our faith deepens, our love for God intensifies, and our lives are forever changed. We no longer relate to a distant deity, but to a loving Father who has made Himself known through His Son. The fear of approaching an unknowable God dissipates, replaced by the confidence of coming before a loving Father who welcomes us with open arms. We find freedom from legalistic burdens and the joy of experiencing God's grace in its fullness. Embracing the fullness. Let us therefore hold fast to the unshakable truth that Jesus Christ is the complete and final revelation of God. Let us delve into the Scriptures, meditate on His words, and seek to know Him more intimately. As we do, we will discover the boundless love, inexhaustible grace, and unwavering faithfulness of a God who has revealed Himself fully in Jesus Christ. May this revelation transform our hearts, deepen our faith, and draw us closer to the one who is the fullness of God in bodily form. Let us worship Him, serve Him, and live our lives in the light of His glorious presence.